more of the chronic issues that we have throughout life. It can really damper and play, it can really harm the tissues of the body, be it the blood vessels, the nerve tissue, all that. And so it says that oxidative stress is damage to the endoneurium tissue. And the endoneurium tissue is just the connective tissue of the nerves. It's the outer covering. And so this covering helps the nerves to transmit faster into different aspects of the body. And so you might be thinking, okay, that's interesting, but what does that mean? Well, that could be the numbness and tingling that you're feeling in your hands and feet, and especially even motor control problems, is that those nerves are very delicate, and when you're tearing away that tissue that's covering it, it can actually make you either very hypersensitive to where your even feeling can be like you're too sensitive to different touch, or your motor control, you can't grip things much anymore, or you just feel weak. And then, so again, symptoms include numbness and tingling, sensitivity, and muscle weakness. And so that's just another important topic to discuss here. And so the main points is that diabetes is not an insulin problem. It's a sugar handling problem. Lifestyle, especially diabetes type 2, needs to be handled through lifestyle. And so just being aware of what you're eating throughout the day can really help you to mitigate. I mean, if you're on medications now or insulin or taking insulin for diabetes type 2, just being aware is that you can really help yourself in the long run just by kind of focusing on the foods you eat. And so, of course, medications cannot fix lifestyle problems, only alleviate the symptoms. And then, of course, decrease your sugar intake. It's almost too simple, but we just kind of think too much, I feel like, a lot of times. And so now we'll kind of talk into more of the chiropractic science, art, and philosophy. So we got into our topic of the night. We kind of discussed the diabetes and the numbness and tingling, but we'll go ahead and hit kind of the everything about chiropractic here. And so the science behind chiropractic, the general spine model is that we've kind of grew up with, we kind of knew, or I grew up with, of course, but we know that very well. We know that as a physical, an anatomical, a pathophysiological level. There's different things on your spine or in your spine that is playing a role there. And then the neuroplasticity model is more for your chronic issues. That's stating is that the brain really feels everything throughout your body, and the brain is very plastic. And so even if you're having different emotional problems or financial stress, stress with family, nutrition, of course, everything can play a role in the pain of your neck, mid-back, low back, or even the rest of your body. So we'll kind of dive into it. So the spine model really is focused on more of acute problems, but of course it can be chronic issues that if you have damaged tissue in the area, that is more of the spine model here. And so the spine model, I'll kind of pull the spine here, kind of shows that when you're having problems, it's associated with problems with the spine here. And so you can see this a little clearer here. This is a healthy spinal disc here. This is when there's a problem. And so when you start having problems, that's because you have a subluxated, a misaligned vertebra. And that simply states is that this vertebra is out just even so slightly to where it's causing nerve irritation. And when that happens, the muscles start pulling in a way to where it's trying to help stabilize that spine, and it's helping you. And if you don't address the cause here, then you'll start having more deleterious effects because the body does not want to sacrifice energy, but it'll sacrifice function for that energy. And so it puts down calcium in order for the muscles to relax. And so when that happens, now the nerve is being pinched even further because it's sacrificing the function. Now we think that the muscle or the nerves that go to the muscles of the body, But these nerves go to all sorts of different tissues and organs of the body, organ systems. So be it your heart, your lungs, your digestive system. That's why that chiropractic has been shown to really help people with these type of issues, be it digestion or heart or even stress on the brain there. And so, yes, of course, is that when you're having this pinching or anything like that, that's a decrease in nerve flow. And so, yeah, so that's what we'll kind of hit on there. We'll kind of keep going here. Neuroplasticity model here. So this is more for your chronic issues. And so a lot of times people that have chronic pain, they think that the pain is, there's a damaged tissue in that pain. So if I had pain in the elbow, but I haven't had pain forever, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like a gradually came on, and that it's been there for months now. I'm just kind of feeling it, and it's starting to play kind of a hard role on me. And so that means is that it doesn't have to be that there's actually damaged tissue there. It could be that your brain just perceives something that's wrong, and now you're placing pain in that area, telling you that there's something going on that you need to address. And so, very interesting. This is pretty new science. This is a lot of research has been done, and it's showing that chiropractic can really help the brain itself. And so, as you can see, chiropractic has been shown, shown to influence the prefrontal cortex. And so, the prefrontal cortex is just a part of the brain, which we'll go into a little bit here. And so the prefrontal cortex is kind of the CEO of the brain. It helps to kind of control and regulate all the functions of the brain. And so if your prefrontal cortex isn't working very properly, and the prefrontal cortex is involved with planning tasks, decision making, attention, memory, and all that, if that's not working properly, you feel like you're stressed all the time. Your brain fog, your brain's on fire, you can't focus. Everything just, you're kind of getting pulled by your emotions. You kind of feel like you're kind of getting mad at things that you wouldn't be normally mad about. And so, again, the chiropractic has been shown through adjustments that the brain can actually perceive or receive this information from the adjustments and help calm that down. And so what I'm saying is that if you kind of look at my hand like a brain, this would be the prefrontal cortex, the fingers here. And so when that's not working properly, the thumb would be more of the limbic brain, your emotional brain, the one that is kind of getting pulled by different things that kind of could trigger you, or kind of different emotions that you could be attached to. And so when this part is not in control, and it's out, now your limbic brain is really in control. And so the chiropractic care has been shown to help influence the prefrontal cortex to where it's now controlling and helping to calm the brain in a way to kind of help deal with the emotions a little better. And so we'll kind of talk about that a little later too. Okay, so we'll talk about kind of symptoms and pain and why it's not just damaged tissue. This is kind of the neuroplasticity model, kind of how the brain works, is that you could be having a lot of different amounts of things going on in your life that could be causing the pain, not so much that there has to be an actual physical problem there. And so that could be coming from leaky gut, nutritional problems, but then again, stress can cause the gut to become leaky. And so if you're not, you can kind of go both ways there. And so, of course, good sleep, having positive thoughts, your attitude or personality about different things, exercise, it all makes a huge difference. And so why I put this cup of water here is that symptoms just don't appear. So really, when these start building up, it's like you're filling up the cup of water. And if you're not taking care of it, if you're not kind of draining it out every now and then, kind of cleaning it out, it'll keep pouring and it'll start to overflow. When that overflow, that's your symptoms and pain. And so that's why that's important to think that it's the pain and symptoms are not there just out of the blue. they've been there because of a lot of different problems that you have been having in the past. And so again, here's an iceberg one here. Analogy here is that the pain and symptoms are the last to come and the first to go. And so when you get adjusted, you feel great, and you're like, wow, thanks, doc. I'll see you later. But the problem there is that you haven't really helped the body to get back to that full potential of healing. You've only just scratched the surface. And so you kind of see is that this is kind of the pain and symptoms, but there's a lot more going on there. And so just kind of discussing a little bit about the chiropractic art. And so the art is just the way of adjusting. A lot of chiropractors use different ways to assess the spine, different analysis, and different ways to adjust, be it the hands or by tools or different forms of muscle work or anything like that. And so that's the art of chiropractic. And really it's just, we're trying to get the spine realigned through the art, through the adjustments, in order for the body to properly heal, properly function, and have that nerve flow at 100%. And so a lot of times that people don't really understand really kind of the philosophy of chiropractic. They really know sometimes about why science and the science, I mean, the neck and low back pain. Chiropractors are great at neck and low back pain. Of course, many patients have said that, and many people know that. But the chiropractic philosophy kind of digs into a little deeper level of understanding of what health really comes from. And so to kind of think about it in more of a general aspect, kind of the fun facts about the heart. And so the heart beats 2 gallons a minute, 100 gallons per hour, and 100,000 times a day through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Now, have you ever consciously thought about doing any of that? No, you have not, and I'll kind of discuss that a little later here. The lungs. The lungs inhale 2 million liters of air per day. Within seconds, it's transported to every cell in the body. And then your breathing. You breathe voluntarily, but most of the time you breathe involuntarily. You don't even think about it. There's something that's in control there that's helping you to stay alive by breathing. And then we'll look at the cells here, is that you are made of about 50 to 100 trillion cells that the body is made up of. 300 million cells die every minute in our bodies. And so just kind of with this presentation, you've gone through a lot of cells already that's been killed off. And so approximately 50 to 70 billion cells are replaced per day. And so just kind of stating is that there is something else, there's more of kind of an intelligence there that is helping to regulate the systems of the body to really help you be whole there. And so, yeah, kind of messed up that slide, so that's okay. And so getting back to the philosophy here, so chiropractic philosophy believes in this innate intelligence. It's intelligence that you are born with. And so this intelligence helps the body function optimally. It controls all the regulations of the body. It helps to helps you carry out many functions. And so, all the functions that you carry out unconsciously, the heart, breathing, lungs, cells, all that is controlled by a certain intelligence that we're not quite yet aware yet, but now I hope that you're learning that this is more of the kind of the understanding of what chiropractic can really be and how it can really help people. And so the ADIO here is this: the body heals from above down, inside out. And so that means that this intelligence flowing through the nervous system, it actually comes from the brain and it goes out and comes down through the spine, and then from the spine it goes out to the rest of the body. And that's kind of how the brain, that's how the intelligence works through the body, is that you want to open up the channels, you want to open up the nervous system and help kind of everything to heal from above down, inside out. And so we're kind of helping to build the body anew. If you have proper nerve flow, this intelligence will help you to really heal at a greater level. And so again, the nervous system is like a conduit of that intelligence. It's just helping to channel that throughout your body. And so here's a little infographic here about the stresses of the body. And so kind of the intelligence is an important part of the chiropractic philosophy, but it also states is that the body can only be stressed in 3 different ways. And that's through thoughts, traumas, and toxins. And so you have just emotional or mental, physical, and chemical or nutritional. And so these are just different things that you can be dealing with throughout the day or throughout your lives. And if you can manage these, that's ideal for the body to heal. And that's what kind of the chiropractic philosophy is about. And then again, thoughts, traumas, and toxins. So thinking about it in a general kind of national or global aspect, the most diseases in the world are chronic diseases. And chronic diseases means that it's based on lifestyle. It's based on the stresses that you have in your life, the thoughts, traumas, and toxins, and how you are able to cope with them, how you're able to address them. And so here's a list of chronic diseases: lung disease, Alzheimer's, cancer, kidney bladder disease, arthritis, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, which you guys just talked about there, obesity, depression, COPD, coronary obstructive pulmonary disease, asthma, liver disease, and stroke. And so all of these different diseases are similar to type 2 diabetes. They are chronic. They're lifestyle problems. And so these are the stats here: is that 6 out of 10 adults in the U.S. have a chronic disease, and 4 out of 10 have 2 or more. And so the point here is that we really just need to kind of switch your understanding of, we need to help the body heal rather than to find or try to look outside and try to kind of mitigate symptoms. And of course, just with type 2 diabetes, there was those billions of dollars that were spent. $3.3 trillion were spent in annual healthcare with these chronic diseases. And so here in the office at Natural Health, we address all 3 T's. And of course, all 3 of these care forms here, chiropractic, nutrition, and Reiki care, they all work so well together. Is that chiropractic can influence all 3 T's, nutrition can influence all 3 of the T's, and Reiki does the same thing, influence all 3 T's. And so they work together so well and such a great coherence, is that you're able to really help the body heal optimally, to really help it to be at its best. And so you don't have to worry about the disease, but now you're understanding that there's a cause to these problems, and that the body, if it's very healthy, can defend itself from those diseases, cannot be prone to having those diseases. And so chiropractic philosophy also states is that it's not much of a disease, it's more of a dis-ease of the body. And when your body doesn't have any misalignments or dis-ease, now it can be optimally healthy. And so again, just having a special for all the kiddos out there, kids 12 and under, we're doing a free initial exam and half off from $40 to $20. So just another fun thing there for the office here. And so this is the end. This is and I'll put the choice here is that really lifestyle decisions and lifestyle problems it's based on what you want to choose. You want to choose to be kind of getting by with life, getting through life, kind of struggling to be healthy, or do you want to make the choice to improve yourself, to be healthy, to really help the body, help this body's intelligence to really kind of express itself in a way that they can be truly healthy. And so you're making choices every single day. It's up to you to make a choice for the good or a choice for the bad. And so I just leave you with that. And thanks for watching. I hope you got some good understanding from this presentation. But just here at Natural Health Quincy, 2000 Jefferson, we just want to help as many people as we can. We want to help all those people to understand where true health really comes from. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of the night.